Okay, so I'm hopefully putting this in a way that you guys can see what I'm doing, um, and it's not an awkward position. But let's jump right into it. Excuse me. So what I've already done is I've already printed out, and this is for my grandson's birthday. So I've already printed out what I want his card to look like and what I want it to say. Um, so we're going to first attach this to our cork board, and this is just a black cork board that, I'm sorry, not cork board, foam board that I got from Dollar Tree. So $1.25 for the foam board. So we're going to go ahead and attach this to the foam board, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to use as my adhesive. The paper, before I forget, I'll show you what paper I'm using. Paper is um, Koala 8.5 by 11. It's ultra premium photo paper. It's glossy, and this is 66 pounds. I got this from Amazon. I can't remember the price of it, but I will try to remember to put the link to it from Amazon. So if you want to use this paper, you can. I have used this paper before with some other projects, and I really do like Koala brand. I feel like it doesn't smear. The colors are pretty vibrant. Now, I would really love for my color on this to be a little bit more vibrant than what it is. So for example, like I'm not like 100% happy with the black areas. It's just not as black. Now the blue came out really pretty, and I'm not sure how it looks on your end. I'm looking at it through my my camera, and it looks good. But hopefully you can see how vibrant the blue is. But my black, it just didn't come out as good as it could. And I don't think it is the paper. I think it's my printer. Well, I would say maybe my printer settings. I've got to play around with it a little bit, but I feel like in the past, um, I don't know. I just feel like it was more vibrant than at some other time. So it could be very well my printer, or maybe I need more ink. I don't know. But this is how it came out. I'm okay with this. Like I said, it's for my grandson's birthday, and I'm not selling this to anyone right now. If I was selling this, I probably would be a lot more anal about that black. I would do something different, like maybe send out for prints for that. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and attach this and show you what we're going to do next. So here is the adhesive spray that I'm using, made by Gorilla Glue, heavy duty. I have used this for a couple things. It's pretty full because I don't use it that often. I'm normally like a hot glue and double-sided tape kind of girl, but sometimes I do have a project where I need something different. So this is come in handy. I really do like it. It's a bit of an odor, but it gets the job done. So I'm just going to spray the bag. And before I do that, I'm gonna add something to this because I don't have my big mat with me right now. I need to get a new one. The one I had got damaged, so let me put something under there. Okay, the devil's a liar. As soon as I'm trying to record, and because I'm trying to get something done, all of a sudden this spray adhesive clogs up, and I've never had a problem with it before. So I don't know. You see all of that? It clumped and clogged right on up. I want to see if it's gonna stick. If not, we're gonna go right on to Plan B, which will be I'll just put some double sided tape or something else. There's more than one way to skin a cat, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But let's see if it'll with what little bit I got on there for the stick. I don't know why I did that. I probably needed to clean it from the last time I used it and didn't do that. So oh, it did stick. Not a lot. Mm, it stuck a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some. Yeah, it's sticking in some places, and some places it's not. All right, well, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to grab my double-sided tape and just use that instead. Give me 1 second. All right, my hot glue gun was heating up already, so I decided to just go ahead and try and use that instead. So I am just going to do that. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the pieces that didn't stick down. Not a whole lot because I don't want to have clumps in the back, so I'm just going to stick it and kind of just pull that in. I want this to be flat. All right. And it seems like from what I did get on here from the Gorilla Glue, it already did stick on like the middle piece, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to worry about getting the ends in. And again, I'm not super worried about, you know, how well this sticks, because my grandson's probably just going to take it apart and take the gift out of it and throw it away. But obviously, if you were doing this for a customer, you want to make sure you have it stuck very well all throughout, with whatever method that you're going to use. I have seen people use the glue gun. I like the adhesive, or you could also use, instead of just glossy photo paper, they do have glossy, Koala makes glossy, what is it called? Sticker paper. So you could use that as well, and then you would already have your adhesive backing on here. I just don't have any of that right now. I have sticker paper, but it's not glossy, so I just didn't want to use that. But you could certainly use just regular old sticker paper and tack it down that way. All right, so now we have this tacked down. That worked. The next thing we want to do is we need to cut this out from the, cut this out from off of the foam board. Okay, now I'm going to be extra careful because, like I said, I don't have my big mat. I need to get another one. So I'm just using this mat right here underneath of this foam board while I'm cutting, so that I don't cut my table. And these came from the Dollar Tree. And I've had a ton of them. And for some strange reason, you know how you just got a lot of stuff and you don't know where nothing is? I had like 10 of these things because my goal was I was going to take all of these and build, excuse me, I was going to attach them and make my own giant mat. I don't even know where half of them are. So I'm going to get a couple more and still make my big mat, because I love the convenience of these small ones. But, you know, sometimes in projects, especially like this, you need a bigger one. So I'm just going to put this underneath and move it as I see fit to cut this board. All right. So, also, I don't have a long ruler, so I was going to use this to cut. But you know what? Wait a minute. Maybe my ruler will be okay. I really want one of those extra. Oh yeah, this will work, because obviously the size of this paper is 8.5 by 11. All right, so I don't need this. I thought I would need one that was a lot longer. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut. And I'm just cutting off the white pieces while I'm cutting this off of the foam board. So just line that up. Box cutter, this also came from Dollar Tree. And just take your time. Don't rush this part, because what you don't want is to start trying to cut this and your cuts be all over the place. You want to try to, you know, you don't want to have raggedy edges. I'm sorry. All right, so there's that. Just going to move this down. You know, I can't see, so hopefully this is, all right, cool. If I put that all the way under, that should be under there. I just don't want to cut my table. Let me get this piece off of here. All right, there we go. All right, cut this top piece. And again, just take your time. I used to have like a real problem with cutting with the box cutter, because especially like something that's large, because I wasn't used to using the box cutter. I'm used to using a smaller blade like the X-Acto knife. So this took a little practice for me. So if I can get this not to be raggedy, I'm gonna be very happy. So. And I feel like it's so raggedy, but you're gonna try to make it come. Like I said, I do much better with my small little finger X-Acto knife, better than I do with, look at that, all over the place. Good Lord. Try your best to take your time if you are like me and not real good with using the larger box cutter. I think because of the things I'm doing is normally more like intricate projects. So I just, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I'm probably making this look much harder than what it is, because it's really not that big of a deal. But like I said, my cutting just, my cutting skills aren't that great with this. All right, no, I don't know if you can see it, but like right here, there's like, I didn't get that cut as good as I should. So if that happens to you and you don't get that cut as good, where you can still see some white left, just go back in. And I'm just going to take a little bit off. All right, that's good enough for me. Okay, I am back. I did a few things off camera because this is my first time doing this. So I guess it looked a lot easier than what I thought. It wasn't hard, but I will say this one thing that I messed up with, and I feel like there were a couple people that said this and I just didn't pay attention, or I don't know, wasn't thinking about it when I started the project. But the blade that you're using, make sure it's a fresh blade, a sharp blade, because that was the issue. My ends, my edges, I felt like look raggedy, and I was struggling with the cut because of that. My blade wasn't sharp enough. But what I did do off camera, and you can do as well, is I just took a regular nail file, and you can use the sandpaper, which you can get from like Dollar Tree. But I just used a nail file, and I just filed the whatever little scragglies was on my sides. Just filed them down to get rid of anything, any flyaways that was sitting there. And see, it'll just come right off. But again, if I was selling this to somebody, I would have not done this. I would have made sure I had all my ducks in a row. I just wanted to try this project real quick because it's viral. It's everywhere. I just wanted to try it for my grandson's birthday before I started incorporating into any of the items that I'm selling. So this is what we're looking like so far. It's nice and sturdy. And so the next thing we're going to do, all right, so I have this. Now, I know a lot of people are going and they're buying their tops off of like maybe at Walmart, or you know, anywhere where you can get treat tops or cake tops and things like that. But here's what I did. Now, if I was selling this, I would go and get those tree tops. But for this, because I wanted to use what I had around the house. My youngest son, he collects. Well, he no longer plays with them because he's older now, but he collects action figures. And even though they aren't being played with any longer because he's too old to be playing with them now, he still kept a lot of the boxes. So I went into his stash with his permission. I went into his stash and I just grabbed the piece so obviously the action figure was in here. I just pulled this off. And that's what I'm using here for this. Because honestly, that's what these giant cards are. It's really just, you know, when you go buy your kid an action figure or a toy or something, it comes with a hard back piece, which is the foam board. And it's decorated just like we would decorate it. And they have their little clear piece, and then the toy is right in here. So that's the same concept that we're using. So I said, well, it works for that, so it'll work for this as well. So with how I designed the layout of the message and the card itself, I couldn't use the clear acetate piece to go this way. So instead, I'm going to turn it this way. And what I'm going to put in there, I'm going to put, I decided I want to do something small. So I'm going to do in some Twinkies. And my grandson's nickname is Snicky because when he was born, he smelled like a snickerdoodle cookie. So I've been calling him that ever since he was born. I call him Snicky. So I'm going to take these Snickers bars and I'm going to design a wrapper that says Happy Birthday Snicky. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to also do a design to wrap the Twinkies in. I have just $11 rolled up. Now, I was going to do 11 ones, but I didn't have any change. I didn't have enough. I was $1 short of doing 11 ones. So I may change this. By the end of the video, you'll know whether I used this or whether I went with my original plan of doing a spread of 11 ones. But in any case, for right now, what I'm going to use what I have. So I'm just going to put his $10, well, his $11 right there. So I'm just was playing around with how I want to put things inside of the container. Now, when he was younger and all growing up, so still he is a lover of cars. This boy, 11 years old, and know all about cars. So even though he is too old to play with cars anymore, when he was younger, I used to always buy him cars to collect. So went to the Dollar Tree, found these for $1.25, just some cars, some nice cars. I know he would like. He likes sporty type of cars. So I'm going to take these and I'm actually going to turn them into keychains. I'll do that in a separate video, show how I make it. But for right now, this video is just about creating the giant card. So these will be, eventually, by the time you see the end of this video, these will be keychains. So these are going to go here. So you just got to, whatever you have, just kind of play around with how you want to set things inside. And then, so I kind of figured that was like a cool layout that way. And then the topper will go on like so. See, so I just got to move some things back. It's a little too over a little too much on the side. So like that. So this is how my vision of how his birthday card will look. So I'm so excited about this because when I saw everybody doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, you know how people doing things, you think, why the heck didn't I think of that? You know, I feel like I bought so many of these with my youngest son growing up. It's like, how did I not think about doing that? But you know, you don't think about it till somebody got to have the idea, right? So I'm grateful for whomever thought about this trend. I wish I knew who it was so I could give them a proper shout out. But I watched so many videos that I couldn't even begin to tell you where I originally saw this. I know one person that I watched, I think her name is, I'm going to put her link in the description. I want to say her name is Kelly Nicole or Nicole Kelly or something like that. But it's Crafty Nerds or something like that. Anyway, I don't want to mess up her channel name. I'll put a link to her channel. But I know for certain I saw this on her page because she does a lot of like boxes and things like that. So I'll come back with the finished product on how this turns out and let you guys see it.